Colombia, a world where nature where life not only thrives, but always evolves, fighting and adapting every day. In the darkness of the tropical jungle, the jaguar hunts silently with every step, silent as breath. In the highest branches, the harpy eagle, the queen of the sky, ready to dive in an instant. Under the layer of rotten leaves, the fierce columns of army ants devour everything in their path. Sliding through the yellow forests, prehistoric creatures that still survive quietly. After millions of years of changes, Colombia is not just a jungle, but a battlefield for survival, where every rain is a test of nature, every creature is a warrior, and every instant an untold story. Welcome to the Colombian tropical jungle, where nature, wild, has never surrendered. The western coast of Colombia is one of the last virgin lands left on the planet, where the tropical jungle meets the ocean and life blooms in the most wonderful way. Among the green of the jungle, countless strange creatures inhabit, many species still unknown to humans. This special geographical location makes Colombia different. A biological paradise, where evolution never ceases like an eternal symphony. Between forest and sea, at the end of the Cretaceous period, the formation of the Andes mountain range divided the ancient Amazon jungle, creating isolated corridors for species that evolved in completely new directions. Among them, the forest, one of the wettest places in the world, which became fertile ground for life to develop and evolve in the narrow strip between the Pacific and the Andes mountain range. Ancient forests, intermixed with swamps and winding rivers that extend to the coast, creating an exceptionally rich biological labyrinth. With average rainfall of more than 13 meters per year, one of the densest and lush tropical rainforests on the planet. One of the densest and lush tropical rainforests. When the morning mist has not yet dissipated, among the treetops, the forest resonates with a special symphony, the deep and ominous howl of the howler monkey. Is the daily ritual of the males to mark territory and avoid conflicts that consume a lot of energy. Thanks to the structure, hollow bone near the larynx, their sound can be heard more than 5 kilometers away, making them the loudest land animals in the world. Howler monkeys live mainly in the treetops, feeding on leaves and tender fruits. Their prehensile tail functions like a hand, helping them search for food with agility. Leaves are difficult to digest and poor in nutrients, but thanks to a special stomach with bacteria that break down cellulose, they can absorb the necessary energy. Each day, they dedicate up to 15 hours just to rest and care for their young, a leisurely lifestyle, but full of affection and unity. Although they live in the highest treetops and have robust bodies, howler monkeys can never afford to let their guard down. Because in the sky, above us, a silent predator, always lurking for every small movement. The harpy eagle. Every time the wind crosses the treetops, the entire pack of monkeys falls into immediate silence. Some small individuals cling to the trunk, stay still, in midair, looking into the distance with watchful eyes. In the dense jungle where everything seems calm, then silence. The clearest sign of approaching danger. And the predator can strike like lightning. Just a noise, a chance to escape. The harpy eagle, the silent ruler of the South American treetops, is one of the largest birds of prey in the world. With a wingspan of more than 2 meters and legs as large as a wrist, the adult harpy is not only powerful, but also very skilled. Unlike mountain eagles that usually soar in open skies, the harpy is master of narrow spaces, can glide through dense branches with astonishing speed just to approach its prey. At the perfect moment, sharp eyes allow it to see through the foliage. Curved claws like iron hooks, enough to finish off an adult monkey with just a squeeze. Each hunt is a silent melody, where every wing beat is absolutely precise. Although rarely appearing, but with just a shadow, crossing the upper canopy, the entire jungle seems to hold its breath. Among the deep green of the Colombian tropical jungle, sometimes a flash of bright colors is seen. Crossing between the leaves, that is the large-billed toucan, with its enormous lemon-yellow beak, mixed with green, orange-red, and black tip as if hand-painted. This bird is the vibrant symbol of the tropical jungle. Although its beak seems heavy and clumsy, in reality it is very light. Thanks to its hollow and spongy internal structure, that beak is not only a tool to collect fruit on high branches, but also regulates body temperature and serves for courtship and attraction rituals. The large-billed toucan usually lives in the upper layer of the canopy, moves slowly between branches with short jumps, feeds mainly on fruits, but can also eat insects, bird eggs, or small lizards. Its song resonates like the croaking of forest frogs, a unique sound in the humid morning. This bird usually lives in small groups of 3 to 6 individuals and has the habit of sleeping, huddled in tree hollows, fluffing their feathers to keep warm. When night falls, the breeding season of the large-billed toucan generally begins in the rainy season, when the fruit is at its ripest and the jungle becomes lusher than ever. Unlike its striking appearance and sometimes mischievous, this bird has a very attached reproductive life. They are usually faithful in pairs. Together they search for a safe hollow high in a tree, a cool place with few predators and spacious enough to incubate the eggs. After mating, the female lays 2 to 4 ivory-colored eggs. Both male and female take turns incubating the eggs for a period lasting between 16 and 20 days. The first weeks, the parents must constantly search for food, mainly mashed fruit and tender insects, to feed the chicks. In the eyes of many, the toucan is the embodiment of tropical beauty. Both striking and mysterious, gentle and also cunning. Not only a touch of color in the green jungle, but also an important part of the ecosystem, helping to disperse seeds, contributing to maintaining the regeneration cycle of the forest. If the toucan is a vibrant and lively tone, Among the mornings of the rainy jungle, then the Quetzal is the soft light of a silent dream, a beauty that only awakens when the forest truly opens. Hidden among the humid layers of leaves, where light is only delicate thin threads, filtering through the treetops, Quetzals seem like an emerald gem, flying in a frozen space with brilliant plumage. Emerald green, intense red chest like fire, and a long soft tail, sliding like a ribbon in the sky. The Quetzal is considered one of the birds most beautiful in the world. Its beauty resembles no other creature in the forest, as if not born from the earth, but woven with fragments of a fairy sky. The Quetzal lives mainly in cloud forests and high jungles, including the southern areas of Colombia, where humidity is always dense and the forest preserves its original state. They usually live alone or in pairs, moving silently among the dense vegetation, feeding on fruit, especially the fruit of the wild laurel. For indigenous peoples, the Quetzal is not just a bird. It is a symbol of freedom, purity, and the soul of the ancient forest. In ancient Mesoamerican cultures, this bird was worshipped with such reverence that killing a Quetzal was considered an offense to the gods. Today, the appearance of a Quetzal in the forest is still a rare moment, a gift from nature for those with enough patience and luck to see the purest beauty in the midst of the tropical jungle. The Green Forest is one of the most important and unique tropical forests in Colombia, not only for its rich ecological value, but also for the unique indigenous cultural characteristics preserved to this day. This place stands out for its enormous amount of rain, up to 23 meters per year, one of the highest figures on the planet. This phenomenon of abundant rains originates from a geological event about 65 million years ago, when the Andes mountain range began to rise above the land. This same range acted as a natural wall, blocking air currents, humid coming from the ocean, especially from the Pacific and the Caribbean. When those humid currents moved from the sea to the mainland and were pushed upward by the slopes of the Andes, pressure decreased and air temperature dropped, causing water vapor to condense and form rain. The Andes mountain range extends along western Colombia, acting as a great climatic barrier, retaining moisture, causing the western area to have much greater rains compared to the east. In addition, Colombia is near the equator, where the climate is warm and humid all year. This geographical location makes the forest always receive a stable amount of sunlight that drives water evaporation from the forest surface. The soil and rivers, from their continuous rains form. Thanks to the enormous amount of rain, the Colombian tropical rainforest becomes one of the places with the greatest plant diversity on the planet. Dense forests grow in layers and levels, from the ground to the treetops, like a gigantic biological work, intertwined by countless forms of green. Enormous centuries-old trees, tens of meters high, rise like pillars, supporting the vault of the deep forest. On their trunks, moss, lichens, ferns, vines, and a large number of epiphytic plants that cling firmly, growing vigorously thanks to the humidity always present in the air. Under the canopy, faint light filters through the leaves, creating conditions for a different plant world that develops vines, shrubs, fungi, and young shoots adapted to darkness. On the ground covered with decomposing leaves, small groups of fungi sprout after the rain, each with different shapes and colors, like mysterious beings of the forest. Even on rocky walls, rotten trunks, and exposed roots do not escape the domain of plants, each parasitic root, each vine tendril, does not stop multiplying, interwoven like a living carpet, so dense that air is lacking. Thanks to the humid environment, dense and nutrient-rich, all year round, Colombia's forests have become a true paradise for birds. Not only in the South American region, but worldwide. To date, Colombia records more than 1,970 bird species, more than any other country on the planet. Only in the region of the forest, rainy of Choco and the Amazon, you can find more than 600 different bird species in a small area of a few hundred square kilometers. From outstanding species like the toucan, green and red macaws and hummingbirds, iridescent hummingbirds with more than 160 species only in Colombia, to rare species like the resplendent quetzal, all forming part of the forest symphony. Some species live exclusively in the highest layer, where golden light filters through the leaves. Others hide in the darkness, among the tangle of vines. Some roam near the stream, living silent and mysterious. In Colombia's forests, each square kilometer can record more than 150 bird species, something that very few places in the world achieve. And every dawn, thousands of different sounds rise, like a natural chorus. Courtship calls, territory signals, wing beats, mixed with the wind blowing through the treetops. Not just the sound of life, but the heartbeat of the tropical rainforest. Among humid cliffs, the tropical rainforest embraces the slopes of the Andes with a thick mantle of moss and intertwined vines. The Andean fighting cocks stand out with stripes of intense orange. Among the deep and solemn green, the male of this species possesses bright orange-red plumage and a large fan-shaped crest erect, covering almost the entire face, a strange and magnificent figure, almost surreal. Different from many other bird species, silently hiding among the foliage, the Andean fighting cock enters breeding season. With unique visual and sound performances, males gather in small groups in forest clearings, where each takes turns to dance, nodding the head, moving the crest and emitting sounds like the rhythm of forest drums. Each dance is an invitation, a public challenge for the pair, and also a harsh test of nature for the one who deserves to pass on their genes to the next generation. The female with modest grayish-brown plumage observes silently from the edge of the area, choosing the male with the most attractive performance, then flies to mate silently. After mating, the entire process of incubating the eggs and caring for the chicks is the female's responsibility. She alone, which demonstrates a special division of tasks in the bird world. Although with an elegant and striking appearance, the Andean fighting cock remains a sensitive part of the forest ecosystem, dependent on dense primary forests and the tranquility of mountain cliffs to reproduce and survive. Its presence is an indicator of a virgin forest, where beauty still has the right to shine, without being driven away by noise or the hand, human. The Colombian forest harbors many iconic birds, each species with a particular nuance that contributes to painting the vibrant picture of the tropical ecosystem. Highlighting the red-billed macaw, one of the most colorful birds in South America. Fiery plumage with 3 tones of red, blue, and yellow, making them look like fragments of a rainbow. Flying through the vast jungle to the extended, resonant cry and loyal nature. They usually live in lifelong pairs, which has made this species a cultural symbol of the tropical jungle. No less notable is the red-winged manakin, the little dancer of the South American tropical forests. Every time breeding season arrives, males perform elaborate dances on branches, sliding as if skating on leaves, with jumping movements, reminiscent of ballet dancers in full wild nature. Located between Central and South America, the Darien Forest is one of the most virgin and mysterious tropical forests on the planet. It extends along the border between Colombia and Panama, where the terrain abruptly changes from dense mountains to swampy lowlands. Darien is not just a gap in the roadmap crossing America, but an invaluable ecological treasure. In the early morning hours, when the sun barely pierces the thin haze and leaves still retain moisture, small squirrel monkeys begin their morning routine. With a body barely larger than an adult human hand, soft plumage mixed between gray and pale yellow, with a white and innocent face as if wearing a mask. They move, agile among the high branches in the tropical jungle. Unlike many primate species that live scattered in small pairs, squirrel monkeys choose a lively communal life. Live in large groups that can range from several dozen to more than 100 individuals, unite a complex social structure. Each member has its own place. They are usually active during the day, travel through the layers of the dense forest, following a known route. At dawn, the entire pack departs like a small nomadic tribe. They glide between branches, searching for ripe and juicy fruits, where there are fragrant flowers or gathered insects. When eating, squirrel monkeys rarely dispute. Older individuals or mothers with young are usually prioritized, and when danger appears, the entire pack immediately switches to alert state. The persistent alarm sound is heard, and all movements become urgent but coordinated. They live together like a big family, united by instinct, memory, and trust, a social behavior that makes this small monkey an important part of the ecosystem. Colombia Forest, not far from where the squirrel monkey pack swings noisily. Capuchin monkeys, also called white-headed monkeys, with dark brown fur on head and neck that look like wearing a white cloth hat, have a solemn appearance, intelligent and very vigilant. Capuchin monkey, famous for being the smartest monkey in tropical forests, can use tools like stones, branches, and leaves to obtain food, something few primate species in the forest do. With bright eyes and agile hands, capuchins not only search for fruit, bird eggs, or insects, but also know how to open hard seeds, using sticks to catch prey hidden under bark. Live in groups of 10 to 30 individuals, with an alpha male leading, but decisions are usually shared and flexible. In the group's social relationships are very complex. There are friendships, hierarchies, mother-child support, and also moments of competition for status. But most of the time, capuchins dedicate to bonding. They care for each other, remove parasites, groom and protect pack members. In dens and complex forests like those of Colombia, intelligence, curiosity, and constant learning ability have helped the capuchin monkey become a master of survival. A small symbol of intelligence. Amid wild nature, dense and humid forests where branches and leaves intertwine like a deep blue sky. Not only are squirrel monkeys or capuchin monkeys dominating the canopy, Colombia is also home to many small and rare primate species. Small and rare, the secret gems of the ancient South American forest. The most outstanding of them is the pygmy marmoset, the smallest primate in the world, with a weight of only about 100 grams and a body length not exceeding a spoon. The marmoset is like a light soul of the forest. They live clinging to trunks, gnaw sap and ripe fruits, use their sharp claws to hold on to bark, and their large round eyes always show curiosity. The white-bearded tamarin, also called tamarin, with its characteristic long mustaches, moves agile through the lower layers of the forest, live in small groups, affectionate and little aggressive, stand out for their harmonious coordination among members in caring for the young. In the deep green of the tropical jungle, the small silhouette of the tamarin is like a delicate touch of subtle charm. And even more special is the Ciguinus oedipus, the lion monkey. Currently only exists in a very limited scope. In the northeastern region of Colombia, they are on the brink of extinction, with golden hair bristling like a halo, agile gaze and quick step. They are a symbol, both strange and valuable, of the tropical animal kingdom. Lion monkeys live in family groups, frequently emit sounds to communicate, like incessant dialogues in the jungle. These small primates, although silent, play a role important in the ecosystem balance. From seed dispersal to maintaining the food web, they are living proof of the wonderful diversity of the Colombian tropical rainforest, a treasure that continues to be discovered every day. Delving deeper into the jungle, Colombia's leaf frogs move smoothly through the branches, one of the creatures most unique in the tropical jungle. Although small, with an average length of 3 to 10 centimeters, possess an appearance very special. Their bright green skin allows them to camouflage perfectly among the leaves. In the tropical jungle, their belly is white or pale yellow, along with large round eyes with well-defined patterns that make this frog especially outstanding in the animal kingdom. Leaf frogs usually live in high humidity areas. In the tropical jungle, near water sources like streams, ponds, or swamps, in dense forests, along the Andes, and in the western coastal area of Colombia, are ideal environments for their survival. With just the right humidity and abundant vegetation to hide, the Colombian leaf frog has many unique adaptations. To survive in tropical conditions, one of its most outstanding abilities is the skin that secretes a viscous substance that helps maintain body moisture and prevents dehydration. When the weather becomes abnormally dry and hot, among the dense layers of leaves of the Colombian rainforest, Colombian, not the large predators, but a tiny army, silent and ruthless, that sows fear. Throughout the ecosystem, army ants do not build fixed nests, nor have fortresses to take refuge. Instead, they live like nomadic warriors, always on the move, always in the house. With numbers reaching hundreds of thousands of individuals, each column of army ants is like a living river crossing the forest floor, like a dense black wave. Invade every hollow in trees, rotten wood, bird nests, or bushes. Any creature that fails to escape in time, from insects, spiders, larvae to wasps, quickly become a collective feast. Each ant, although small, but by coordinating instinctively with perfect programming, can take down and fragment prey much larger than themselves. In just minutes, do not attack their prey in a disorderly way. When starting a hunt, the column of ants forms fan-shaped attack lines, extending from the center like the blades of a fan. Each branch advances, crossing the leaf carpet. In the middle are the soldier ants, strong and robust, with jaws sharp as scissors, ready to attack any creature. Behind are the worker ants, continuously cleaning and carrying prey back. Each ant leaves a pheromone signal, creating a chemical path that others follow. That's why the entire army moves as a unified body, waving rhythmically around the tree base. Overcoming forest roots, climbing the trunk, slipping through leaf crevices, as if the entire forest were being drawn with force by an unstoppable vital force. However, not all forest armies walk using violence. Also from the ground, on the same humid forest carpet, a different column of ants operates silently. Another empire not of blood, but of fungi. They are leaf cutter ants. Do not hunt or tear prey. Every morning when sunlight pierces the canopy, columns of leaf cutter ants move silent in long rows, dragging pieces of fresh green leaves, larger than their own bodies. The entire forest seems to move in silence. Hundreds of thousands of individuals, each a role like dedicated workers who never rest. Leaves are not for eating. What they carry back is material to cultivate a special fungus, the only source of life for the entire ant colony. Underground, in a deep and extensive labyrinth system, worker ants crush the leaves, mix them with saliva, and ferment them for the fungus to grow. Their nest is like an underground farm. Each chamber has a specific function, where they cultivate fungi, care for larvae, and deposit waste. Where the queen lays eggs, everyday leafcutter ants can clean leaves in a wooded area, but do not deplete the forest. On the contrary, through selective pruning, help trees sprout new shoots, maintain the forest ecosystem in constant regeneration, while soldier ants show pure wild instinct. Leafcutter ants are symbol of ancient wisdom, about symbiosis, a silent society, but persistent, that has functioned for millions of years. Surrounding Colombia's humid swamps, there are extensive meadows. Sunlight pierces the clouds and covers with a golden mantle the green grass. This is not just a migratory corridor for many birds and ungulates, but also the usual territory of a large anteater. With curved and sharp claws and a long characteristic snout, this unique animal advances slowly, wandering the meadows, diligently searching termite nests and ant hills scattered on the ground. Without teeth, they use the tongue that can measure up to 60 cm, covered in mucus to trap insects, can eat up to 30,000 ants a day. The giant anteater lives solitary, silent, and avoids predators. But it is precisely that quietness that gives them a special appeal, a mysterious symbol amid vast meadows next to Colombia's swamps. This is the Andean red deer, one of the rarest mammals in South America, with reddish-brown fur and curved antlers. Normally emerge from the forest just at dawn to graze tender grass in the morning mist. The armadillo, also called tattoo, is one of the creatures strangest in the Colombian ecosystem. With its hard shell-like armor and its slow hunched walk, the armadillo seems like a character from an ancient tale, fossil creatures remaining from prehistory. The most outstanding feature of this species is its hard scale-shaped armor, covering the entire body. This is a unique evolutionary adaptation that helps the armadillo survive in the wild world, full of predators. The structure of its armor is very flexible and effectively protects its body against jaguar claws or eagle. Some armadillo species, like the three-banded, can even roll up and become like a steel ball, preventing enemies from piercing its armor. The armadillo's diet is quite varied, but mainly feeds on ants and termites, worms, larvae, and roots. Its long snout and keen sense of smell help detect prey underground. Its strong curved claws are excellent tools for digging. Although it seems slow, the armadillo is the gardener of the tropical jungle. By turning the soil, makes it loose, favoring root growth and nutrient cycle. In addition, they help control insect populations, especially termites and ants that can damage the ecosystem if they multiply excessively. Colombia's rainforest is one of the richest ecosystems in the world, but currently is seriously threatened. The biggest problem is deforestation to expand agricultural lands. Every year, tens of thousands of hectares of forest are cut down for oil palm plantations, bananas, cocoa, and even the coca plant for drug production. Large-scale agriculture causes soil erosion. Forest loss severely reduces wildlife habitat. Parallel, illegal mining also contributes to forest destruction. Many areas are dug for gold extraction. Coal and platinum. The extraction process usually uses mercury and toxic chemicals that contaminate water and threaten aquatic life, and also the health of indigenous communities. Climate change worsens the situation. Rains are irregular, with prolonged floods in some areas, and droughts causing massive tree death in others. This affects the food chain and survival of many animal species, especially those endemic that only live in Colombia. Together, human and climatic pressure is leading the Colombian forest ecosystem to the limit. If strong control measures are not taken and the forest is protected in time, many species will disappear. Many species will disappear and the natural environment will degrade severely. Thanks for taking time to watch the video. I hope what we just discovered is not only the beauty of Colombia's tropical rainforest, but also a reminder about the responsibility to preserve these valuable natural treasures. Do not forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video to spread the environmental protection message. See you in next fascinating adventures.